Ma'am, we can start the record now.
Veda, you may take the lead, please.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Elocution Contest, where you can express your deepest feelings. Elocution is the art of speaking clearly and eloquently. It is the skill of clear and expressive speech, especially of distinct pronunciation and articulation. My name is Veda, your online host, and I'm absolutely excited to have each one of you here. Today, you are going to witness some amazing speakers who are ready to rock their performances. So let's hear a virtual round of applause for everyone.
Elocution poems are poems especially crafted for performance, emphasizing clear diction, vocal expression, and dramatic delivery. They often feature strong imaginary, vivid language, and clear structure to enhance the spoken word experience.
So, dear audience, to judge this event, we have Mrs. Taranum Sheikh, who is the founder of Active Kids. She is an educator with great teaching experience. She is an inspiration for many who is igniting the love and passion of learning in young learners. We are honored to have you, ma'am. Please share a few words.
Thank you very much, kids, for the warm welcome and a wonderful good evening to all for this elocution contest that I'm so very looking forward to. Let me share a few words with you about the festive season, and especially since New Year is around the corner, I have scripted few things for you, and I thought I should share that with you. So whenever there is this new year coming in, one thing that is the buzzword is the what is that? Let me not tell you this first. I want to know what is that buzzword that goes everywhere.
Resolution?
Resolution.
That's right. New Year resolution. Everyone talks about resolutions, not just adults but even kids. Well, I'm sure you must have thought of some resolution for yourself. You made a mental note of it. Or thought about something that you want to do in the next year. What are your resolutions? It could be something very small. That's absolutely okay. As long as you have set your heart to achieve it. What are your resolution, kids? Anything pops on your head? Yes, Veda?
Ma'am,
Well,
my
basically,
resolutions are to ace
Hmm.
the board exams that are coming.
Yes, that's such a valid goal that you've set for yourself, an academic goal that you have, that you want to get better and ace your 10th exams. Good luck to you for that. Let's go to Veda.
ma'am, I want to be a prefect. Well, it's basically like a badge you get. You're better, you get academic validation. You're closer to more higher people in the school. I really want to become a prefect next year.
Absolutely. And it's such a wow feeling, isn't it? To have that
Yes.
prefect badge on our chest and say, tell the whole world that just come and notice me. I'm someone very important in the school. That's
Yeah.
also something. Yes, you have a clear direction to what you're going to do. Let's ask others in the room. Aisha, do you have some resolution for the coming year?
Ma'am, I want to learn some new languages like French or Spanish.
Are you a beginner at that, or you already have been learning the same?
No, ma'am, I have to go for classes for it. I didn't start, but yeah, it's my resolution for the next year.
Wonderful. Yes, Tahura.
Ma'am, I really want to do a lot better in my upcoming exams. They are really important. So I really want to do better in that.
Absolutely. Thank you, children, for sharing your goals.
Ma'am, what
I
are
see
your
the
resolutions?
thank you so much for asking me. I have a list of resolutions that I have to accomplish because, firstly, the top most priority in the coming year is to finish all the unfinished goal of this year. That's one priority that I have. So I have to go back down the journey and see what are the things that I haven't accomplished, and that's something that I want to accomplish in the first quarter of the year. And in the rest of the year, there are a few things that I have on my list. If I can say, I have finished reading about 15 books this year, and I want to make it double the next year. So I want to make it 30 instead of just sticking to 15 or 20. So that's one of my goals in the coming year. Thank you so much for asking.
Okay.
I read an interesting study recently that said that everyone talks about resolutions when New Year is around the corner. And you know how many percent of people stick to the resolution till the end of the year? Anyone?
5%.
Okay,
Very less. Probably very
okay,
less.
let's say 6 months. Let's say how many percent of people would stick to the goal for just the first 6 months?
50%?
50%? Okay, let's make it 42. Okay, so 42% of the people stick to it at least for 6 months. Yes. And you know how the number drops by the till the end of the year? What's the number that comes to your mind?
16.
20%. 20.
Just 12%. Only 12% of people who set goals for themselves finish it till the end of the year. Whether it is losing weight, learning a new language, getting a driving license, or traveling, whatever their goals are. Okay? And there are different kinds of goals. Like you have academic goals, some people have personal goals, relationship goals, financial goals. There are so many different kinds of goals that we set for ourselves. There's a very less percentage of people who are able to accomplish it. And there is just one thing that most people do not allow themselves to do beyond setting a resolution, and that is action. Set resolution, it's in our mind, it's on our paper, it's written on the wall, you've spoken to someone about your goal, but what is missing is taking that first step, right? And that happens with all of us, not just you. So my appeal, and in my experience, I think only by actioning those goals you'll be able to achieve your desires and dreams and aspirations. So don't let it just stick on the wall, stay in your heart, or let it dust in the book. Accomplish those goals, put it into action. And it doesn't mean you one fine day you wake up and you realize, oh, I know the entire math curriculum and I'm going to get full marks in that. It can't happen like that. It all happens by disciplining yourself. This is what I have done in 2024 is getting myself disciplined with my goals. I may set 25 goals, but if I don't have discipline to accomplish those goals, I lose interest and then it's over. Okay. So my request, and I strongly feel everybody should discipline themselves in accomplishing and doing those small tasks every day so that you get the result that you want by the end of the year or in the quarter of the year, on the half of the year, whenever you feel you have accomplished it, right? So whatever your goals you have, make sure action them. Don't just let them rest somewhere. And yes, make it happen. Just make it happen. It's so personal to you. Nobody is going to help you accomplish those goals, right? It's like you go to the gym, you have to work out to build those muscles. Only if you work out, you get those muscles, not when the others do it. It's just like that, right? So I'm looking forward to this contest. You've come a long way in this Active Kids platform. I've seen you evolve from your first contest to I think the third one now. And there is a one major one which is going to happen in the coming year. Even that's one goal that you would or might have, that you have to become better at debating skills as well. And that is going to be your next contest, I think, after one more is what we, if I'm right. So that's it. I want to wish you all the best. Stay happy, stay focused, because I think confidence starts from within. It just come, everyone feels confidence is outside, but it all starts from within. So believe in yourself. Everything's going to be well. Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Sana, for having me once again. And thank you, parents, for joining us. Over to the MC.
Now I pass the mic to Miss Sana Nazif.
Thank you so much, Taha. So, dear audience, we are all set to present an amazing performance before you all. Let me tell you the judging criteria for today's contest. Students will be presenting the poems that they have by hearted, and they will be marked on their presentation skills, their recitation skills, body language, posture, pace, all these parameters will be marked. So, without further ado, I invite my speaker number one, Tahura, who is all set to present her poem, Homework, Oh Homework, by Jack Prelutsky. Tahura, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Please repeat the phrase, I'm the best.
I'm the best.
You're audible to us, Tahura. You may begin.
Hi everyone, my name is Tahura. I'm going to recite a poem, Homework, Oh Homework by Jack Prelutsky. This poem is about a girl who expresses a strong dislike for homework. The girl would rather do unpleasant things like wrestling a lion or eating spinach or liver rather than tackle their homework assignment. So let's hear it out. Homework, oh homework, I hate you. You stink. I wish I could just wash you away in the sink. If only a bomb would explode you to bits. Homework, oh homework, you're giving me fits. I'd rather take bath with a man-eating shark or wrestle a lion alone in the dark. Eat spinach and liver, pet 10 porcupines, then tackle the homework my teacher assigns. Homework? Oh, homework. You're the last in my list. I simply can't see why you even exist. If you just disappear, it would tickle me pink. Homework? Oh, homework. I hate you. You stink. Thank you.
Thank you, Tahura. We take a 10-second pause for our judge to do the marking. I now invite our speaker number two, Aisha, to present her poem, My Mom's Spaghetti.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha, and today I'm going to recite the poem My Mom's Spaghetti, written by Ken Nesbitt and Donna Lee Murphy. This poem is basically about how the poet's mother makes spaghetti, expressing that the poet loathes the spaghetti. During the poem, he tries to tell his mom to make it tastier. So let's get started. My mom makes disgusting spaghetti with horseradish sauce and sardines. She tops it with pickles and mustard, bananas and barbecued beans. She serves it for supper on Sunday. On Monday, we have it for lunch. It's breakfast on Tuesday and Wednesday. And by Thursday, you guessed it, it's brunch. I don't like to hurt my mom's feelings. I said that I loved it. I lied. I always gave mine to our doggy, and that's why our poor doggy died. So next time you serve a spaghetti, dear mother, don't make it like that. Please serve it with red sauce and meatballs, and that way it won't kill our cat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aisha. We take a pause for the judge to do the marking. I now invite my speaker number three, Veda, to recite the poem Television by Roald Dahl. Veda, please repeat the phrase, I'm the best.
I'm the best.
You're audible. You may begin, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name is Veda, and I will be reciting a poem called Television by Roald Dahl. It's about how television can be so addicting and how it can ruin the imaginations of young minds. So let's hear it out. The most important thing we've learned so far as children are concerned is to never let them near your television set. Or better still, just don't install that idiotic thing at all. In almost every house we've been, we watch them gaping at the screen. They loll and slop and lounge about, and they stare until their eyes pop out. Last week, at someone's place, we saw a dozen eyeballs on the floor. They sit and stare and stare and sit until they're hypnotized by it, until they're absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Oh, yes, we know it keeps them still. They don't climb out the windowsill. They never fight or kick or punch. And they leave you free to cook the lunch and even wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder what it exactly does to your beloved thought? It rots the sense in the head. It kills the imagination dead. It clutters and clogs up the mind. It makes a child so dull and blind. He can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese, and his powers of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think, he only sees. Thank you.
Thank you, Veda. Now we take a pause for the judge to do the marking.
Hello everyone, my name is Taha and I'm going to recite a poem, My Dog Likes to Disco by Ken Nesbitt. This poem describes a dog that loves to dance and post its videos online on social media. The dog is so popular that it's trending on Twitter and Facebook. It seems the dog's love for social media might be something that it was born with. My dog likes to disco on TikTok for fun. He'd rather start dancing than go for a run. My dog likes to wiggle and jiggle and jump. He bobbles his noggin and wriggles his rump. And when he's done dancing, this doggy of mine will pick up his cell phone and post it online. He puts up a video once every day so people can watch as he wiggles away. He started on TikTok for something to do, and now he's on YouTube and Instagram too. He's trending on Twitter and Facebook, and I guess that I should have been able to tell. You see, when I rescued my dog from the pond, the sign said purebred social media hound. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Taha.
Madam, ma'am.
Now we'll take a pause for the judge to do the marking before we move on to part 2 of the activity. So, dear audience, we are done with part 1 of our contest, that is elocution. So, let's move on to part 2, that is weaving a story using a story bag. which is in sync with today's theme, that is Christmas. As the festive season is around, so we are blending this activity and a part of this contest with our Christmas theme. So in this particular activity, students will be given a story bag wherein they will be given a human character, an animal character, an object, and using those characters, using the story bag, they have to weave their story on the spot. And for this particular activity, they will be given 5 minutes. And after that, in the same order, they will be reading aloud their stories. So I'll be sharing the screen and sharing the story bag with them. Just allow me a minute, please. So here we have our story bag with us. In this, animal creature that you will be getting is as reindeer, Santa Claus, Christmas tree, snowman, and one character you can choose of your choice. Yes? So this is your story bag, reindeer, Santa Claus, snowman, Christmas tree, and one character you're free to choose of your own choice. This is a timed activity, children. You have to be mindful of the time limit, that is 5 minutes. Ensure that your story follows a BME structure. There should be a problem in your story, a conflict, or some exciting event that pops up in the story, and you have to give a good conclusion to it, giving a conclusion to the problem, and coming up with a proper ending. Your story should not end abruptly. It can have a happy ending or a sad ending, but it should have a satisfactory ending. Your time starts now. All the best.
Sana, please let us know. Please check the chat. And what's the timing given for this activity?
Ma'am, 5 minutes. Two minutes are up, children. 3 more minutes to go by. 2 minutes more. Last 30 seconds left, children. Give a proper conclusion. Time up. Are we all ready? Yes. So we will go with the same order. Keep your pencils down. Ma'am, may I have your permission to begin? Okay. I now invite my speaker number 1, Tahura, again to read aloud her story.
Should I start, ma'am?
Yes.
The snow fell softly on Christmas Eve, blanketing the town in a peaceful white. In a small house on the edge of the town, a little girl named Lily was busy decorating her Christmas tree. She had carefully selected each ornament, remembering the special memories they held. As she reached for the star to place on the very top, she knocked it off the tree. It tumbled to the floor, shattering into thousand pieces. Lily's heart sank. She had looked forward to this moment all years. Tears welled up in her eyes. But then she remembered a story her grandmother had told her about a time when she had her lost favorite Christmas ornament. Her grandmother had told her that sometimes the most beautiful things are the one we make ourselves. Lily wiped her tears to make a new star. She carefully gathered the broken piece of the old star and glued them into a piece of cardboard. Then she covered the cardboard with glitter and colorful papers. When she finished, she held up the new star. It wasn't as perfect as the old one, but it was even more special. It was a symbol of her own creativity and resilience. Lily carefully placed the new star on top of the tree. It sparkled brightly, reflecting the soft glow of the Christmas lights. As she looked at her tree, she felt warm glow of happiness. She knew that the true meaning of Christmas wasn't about the perfect decoration, but about the love and the joy that filled her heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Tahura. Now we move. Now we move to our speaker number 2, Aisha. Aisha, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, you may begin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha, and today I am going to tell a story named The Christmas Catastrophe. So let's get started. It is Christmas Eve in London, and everyone is hustling and bustling. There is so much jolly and happiness. The Christmas vibe is getting wider and wider. Santa Claus was happier than ever. He could not wait to see the cheerful faces of the children on Christmas Day with his gifts on in each house. He was excited as ever. It was late at night, so he decided to get a good night's sleep, to get up in the morning and give his gifts at home. He kept his gifts bag near his stable and dozed off to sleep. But his evil twin, William Claus, came in and stole the bag of gifts. Santa Claus woke up in the morning, devastated, disappointed, panicked. He started getting panicky and thought where would his gifts bag be? What would be the faces of the children? How sad and disappointed they would be. He started feeling guilty of his own self. But he had a good friend, the happy snowman. The snowman decided to help. The Santa Claus took his magical sleigh with his reindeer and drove all over London. But to his surprise, he saw that all the people of London were cheery and happy, singing jolly songs near the big Christmas tree. He asked himself what would have happened. He went and saw a little girl. He asked the little girl, "Why are you guys so happy without the gifts?" She told that Christmas is not in gifts, but is in the heart. He went he then saw William Claus sneaking with the gifts and caught him. William Claus said, "That aren't they not happy without my gifts? I wanted to ruin Christmas." Santa Claus then said, "It is not in the gifts, it is in the heart." William Claus was guilty of his own self. He made Santa Claus forgive him. And the Christmas catastrophe was once and again solved. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. I now invite my speaker number 3, Veda, to narrate her story.
Hello everyone, my name is Veda and I will be narrating my story called Is Santa Sick? On a chilly Christmas Eve, Steve, at age of 11, was waiting for his presents as he's always excited. As he waits for his Christmas presents, he wants to meet Santa very eagerly. So he goes outside and he's making a snowman while he waits for Santa. After long hours, he sees a black figure crossing the moon with a magical reindeer. His eyes light up and he's so excited. As Santa comes closer to him, he drops down to the floor. Steve is very confused. Steve goes up to Santa and asks him, "Santa Claus, what are you doing? Are you sleeping?" Santa replies, "I'm sick." "Sorry?" "I'm sick." Steve panics. What will all the kids do if he don't distribute the presents to them? Steve pauses for a second, realizing what's gonna happen. He takes up the responsibility and says, "Santa Claus, I will do it. I will go distribute all the presents to all of those kids who are probably sad that they didn't receive their presents." Steve picks up the huge bag of presents and gets on top of the magical reindeer. As he goes from house to house, distributing and keeping the small presents under the Christmas tree, he sees a little girl looking at the present and going back to her mom, and hugs her. That's when Steve realizes that even though Christmas is all about presents and how much you receive or how expensive your gifts are, he realizes it's also about spending time with the loved ones that you care about. Steve is very happy. He goes back to Santa, who's still sleeping on the floor, and says, Santa, I may or may not have learned a lesson today, but let's just say we're all happy about our Christmas presents. Thank you.
Thank you, Veda.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Taha?
Misconception here. I'm getting late for my flight. So, should I leave or should I do the poem and leave?
No worries, we can excuse him, ma'am. No problem. That's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, we'll let you
Thank
know
you.
the results on the group. Okay, Taha? Thank you very much for
Thank you.
joining.
Have a safe flight, Taha. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
So with this, we finish off with our part 2. So we will take a pause for the judge to do the marking, and there's some exciting activity in store for all of us again.
I think we'll proceed.
Okay, so now is the fun part, that is the trivia with parents and students. It's a combined activity that you all will be taking up with your parents. So over to you, ma'am.
Do we all have partners? Aisha, your mom is here, so definitely you can pair with her. Tahura, you can pair with Miss Sana, maybe. I don't know. Miss Veda, your mom was here, right? I think she left. Yeah, unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry. I didn't check. Was she here?
Yeah,
She
she
was
was
here.
there.
Yeah, yeah, she was here.
Okay.
Okay, so what we will do, ma'am, is we'll put Aisha with her mom and Tahura and Veda together.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. Okay. So this trivia is all about is called idioms trivia. Okay. You are not allowed to Google. That's a no-no for everyone. Because you have to give your answers instantly. It's going to be between team A, which will be Aisha and her mom, and which will be team B, which will be Tahura and Veda. Okay, so it's one A versus B, and ma'am is going to be the scorekeeper. Okay, you'll be asked statements related to New Year. The idioms would be all related to New Year. That's the theme. Okay, and you need to explain what that idiom means. If you give wrong answers, you definitely get no chance to, I mean, you cannot, you get negative marking. So make sure that you don't answer if you don't know. Okay, you can pass it on, right? Right, the answer has to be closely matched. I mean, you can't just say things, you are going to explain it, right? So explain it clearly. Okay, that's the rule. Okay, Aisha, are you ready with your partner?
No, ma'am, not yet. I'm not ready.
Okay, you can check with your mom. Miss Ziba, are you ready with Aisha?
Yes, ma'am. We are just sitting in different rooms right now. Maybe I'll just join her
No
in
worries.
her.
That's fine. Even if you're in the same different room, maybe you can take turn to explain. That's okay. No problem. Anything
Okay.
convenient. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is for Aisha and Ms. Ziba. And your question is, we need your videos on. Yeah. Aisha, unmute yourself. All right. To turn over a new leaf. To turn over a new leaf. What does this idiom mean?
To turn over a new leaf. Well, I haven't
Maybe
heard
start a
of
new
the.
chapter.
That's right, Ms. Ziba. Yeah, to start something fresh. Okay, to start, make a fresh start. That's the answer. So yeah, we give them the points, ma'am. Let's go to the second team, Team B, Veda and Tahura. Okay, your question is, yeah, to hit the ground running. To hit the ground running. Hit the ground running.
To start off the new year, like really eventfully, or like,
Explain it properly. You're very close.
oh God. Okay, wait.
Tahura, to start a new year with, then
A
till here
bang.
it is correct. With a
Fireworks?
bang. Yes, with a bang or with energy. That's the correct answer. Okay, the correct one is to start something new with lots of energy and enthusiasm. So you're going to all get the hit, you're going to all hit the ground running in the new year. Okay, the next question. Aisha and Miss Ziba. Aisha, this time you are going to try. Okay? Every cloud has a silver lining.
Well, how much ever dark or sad today may be, tomorrow will be even brighter and happier.
Okay, that's correct. Positive, to stay positive in difficult situations. That's the answer. Every cloud has a silver line. We'll give it to you. You explained it well. Next one for Veda and Tahura. And the question for you is, shoot for the stars. Shoot for the stars.
Accomplish your goals.
Last chance. Come on, Tahura, you can try.
Shoot for the stars.
Okay. I'm going to pass it to the next team. Let's see if they can answer. Yes, Aisha. Shoot for the stars.
Dreaming big.
Right. Dream big. Aim for higher. Very good. Nice job. Right. So Aisha gets a 5 bonus, ma'am, for this question because this was a bonus question. Yeah. And now we go to Aisha's team. And if Aisha cannot answer, then we go back to Veda Tahura for the bonus. This is the last question. Okay. Break new ground. Aisha, break new ground. What does break new ground mean? Yeah.
Start something right from scratch.
Not really. Not really. There's one important word over there that's missing. Okay, the other team is ready to answer.
Make a fresh start.
Yes. Yes, Miss Aisha? Miss
You
Ziba,
said
sorry.
make a fresh start?
No.
No?
There's something, an important word over there in this idiom. Yes, Veda.
To start something new.
That's what Aisha said. No.
No, she said
Okay.
something else.
Scratch. Start
No, not from the scratch. To do something innovative. To do something innovative means to break new ground. To do something like a breakthrough, breakthrough like that. Okay. Now the last question, and this is for both the teams. Whichever team raises their hand first gets to answer. Okay. This is the final round. We close it here. All right. Let's see what is the best one for you guys here. Mm, to put your best foot forward. Okay, Aisha, to put your best foot forward. Yes.
Try to do your best in anything.
Try to do your best in what?
In anything. That's right.
Okay. try to do your best was the right. Yeah, in anything, correct. Right? Okay, so you all have put your best foot forward so you could shoot for stars, right? But yes, there is a winner in the room, and that's Aisha and her mom, Miss Ziba. So well done. And I'm sure children you learned so many new idioms that you could use for the new year. Okay. Now, ma'am, is there anything else that you want me to do? Because ma'am always ends up giving me more work.
No, ma'am, thank you so much. Now you can
Yeah.
declare the results. Children are
Yes.
waiting for that.
Yeah. I'm going to start with feedback, then go to the results. Let's start with the first speaker, Tahura, homework or homework. Tahura, you appear to be you have a calm, very soothing voice that also aligns to your expressions. Okay. But that is counterintuitive. You know why? Because your poem demanded you to be having that aggressive tone. You are angry. You are agitated that why so much homework? But it didn't look or appear that you were upset about it. It looked like you calm. It was very enthusiastic expressions that you carried throughout the poem. Okay, so there was a mismatch. What we heard and what we saw. This has to match. This has to marry. Correct? Because of that, what happens is there is no realism. People, we won't be able to believe what you're saying. So it's very important to have the expressions right with what you're saying. It's like, your audio and video should match. Okay? Audio is what you say and video is what people see. Those things should be in sync.
Okay, ma'am.
Overall, good attempt. Very happy to see you uh, evolving beautifully. That's a good one. Aisha, my mom's spaghetti. Um, ex- I've come. What I liked about your poem was you had a very effective physicality. Like, you integrated gestures, you integrated vocals in your performance. It was not just that you were reading the poem out, you were reciting. You integrated all the elements that makes you an effective speaker. So that was something you ticked the box over there. Effective vocal phrasing was also similar, was visible. What you could work on is the expressions. It should bring a little more depth. So when you said that way it won't kill the cat, the expressions didn't really convince the audience. It felt like you were happy that your cat was dead. It would be like maybe you're not happy about the fact that your cat died because of the food. So you could have those kind of change of expressions. Okay, in some places you really carried on well. In some places your performance dropped. Okay, so you have to be consistent in your delivery, right? But I loved how you integrated all the elements of a good speaker. I liked that about your performance. Television, Vedha. Good physical integration, physicality integrated very well. Uh, I love the vocal phrasing that you used. That helped me understand the poem very well. You didn't kind of club all the words together. You paused in between. That's called vocal phrasing. So your vocal phrasing was very effective. What you could work on is bringing in and you also looked in several directions. So we really liked that. You will look here and there to kind of show us that how the kids are around, doing these things on, using the television. So that I like. A little more of, the places where you said that you're upset about things like they're watching TV all the time, they're gaping at the screen. Some places I didn't feel that the same connect with the poem. Some places you could have brought in a bit more depth in your performance by first with pauses, okay, second with modulation. Some parts you modulated your voice properly, but some important parts there was flat. Okay, so that could have been done a little better. Taha, uh, good adjustments to tone. He had a good adjustment. He varied his tone very well. He had a good extended use of eye contact as well. I feel his actions were restricted, ma'am. So when he spoke, he kind of restricted his arms a little bit. Maybe he could have opened up a little bit. This is the space that he should use when he's speaking. I felt it was a very restricted and a rushed performance. So that is my feedback for him.
Noted, ma'am.
Coming to the results, we are not going to consider the story part, segment that we have just completed. That was the creative aspect of this activity that we just wanted to align it to the season that we are now. So we are not going to consider that as the marking for today's contest. But yes, that was a crucial segment because that tested you on being able to tell a good story. And believe me, all of you said a very good story. They taught us, they made us smile, they made us reflect on why do people celebrate Christmas. You took us back in that setup, like Tahura, you described the setting very well. Vedha, there was a very good message that you gave. Uh, Aisha, I love the title Christmas Catastrophe and how you brought in the character of William Claus. That was
Yeah,
super creative. I loved
same.
it. So I wouldn't say one story was good and the other wasn't. I think all the three stories were phenomenal. What we could work on is, ma'am, we could teach them some strategy how they could open the story. what I felt was you called out their name, but again they repeated their name and they said, "All right, I'm Vedha and I'm going to tell the story." Your first 10 seconds with your audience is crucial. They are going to decide it whether they want to stick to you or they want to be on their phone. So utilize your first 10 seconds effectively. Don't waste it in good morning, good evening, my name is this. No need. Just say, imagine if you would have come in, looked at the audience and said, "Are you ready to come on a journey with me, which is going to take you to a fantastic world of Christmas? Come join me." Now, don't you think the audience would love to come with you?
Yes.
Of course, who wouldn't? So don't waste your first 10 seconds in telling your name and doing all the formalities that everyone does. Straight go to this, or it would have a question. Have you ever realized why Christmas is celebrated? Bang. Your audience will start thinking about it now. There are different strategies that you could use instead of just saying good morning, good evening, and all the greetings. So, ma'am, I think this maybe in one of the class you could just show few strategies.
Sure, ma'am. Noted.
Coming to the results, I have two winners, first and the second place. We're just going to have two winners this time. I think last time also we did that. Okay. So we have four speakers and great performances, and everybody wants to shoot for stars in the next year. So let's hit the ground running. Okay. The second place goes to My Mom's Spaghetti by Aisha. Good job, Aisha. You have changed and transformed so much as a speaker, Aisha. I'm not saying it just because I'm on a call with you, with everybody. It really means, it is really true, and I want to say it with full heart that yes, I have seen you evolve quite a bit. Okay, so congrats to you on that. Keep it up, keep going, and bring in new elements in your performances. Record yourself and see how do you look like when you present. That will give you a lot of information to change and tweak your performance. Okay, because you are a very good speaker.
Thank you.
First performer, first position. Okay, now this is a tricky part. We had three more left. So is it going to be homework or homework? My dog likes to disco or television. I love to watch. No, I don't like to watch television. So I'm not going to give her. Yes, she is the first position winner. Television by Roald Dahl and performed by Veda. Beautifully performed, great energy. And Veda, believe me, you have that creative element in you to make anything come to life. And you made this
Thank you,
poetry.
ma'am.
Okay, you made the poetry come to life. Even your story, you made that character come to life. You have that creative component somewhere hidden in you. Okay, just keep practicing and bring that just keep polishing that. Okay, congrats to you and keep it up. Tahura,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you very much. Tahura, I also want to say good job to you. All right, a little more firmness in your performance, a little more clarity to understand. Once you're very clear, what does this poetry want me to do? You will nail it, Tahura. Okay? For every character, you don't have to be nice and sugary. Sometimes some characters will demand you to be firm, to be aggressive. Bring that element. Learn to act and change your, transform and, kind of switch that character from nice to the nasty. And I think you can do that. Okay? So keep it up, everyone. Thank you, Miss Sana. I think she has made your year super special. Don't you guys think? I
Yes.
think this year was special because we had Miss Sana. I would say that. Yeah. So thank you, Miss Sana. And thank you. Our parents, Miss Ziba, has attended all our contests. So now let's give the floor to her to talk. Yes. Miss Ziba? Miss Ziba, are you there? I think she isn't around.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I was away. Tell
No.
me, ma'am. What you'd
Ma'am,
like
we
to
want to know your feedback. We want to know how was the contest and how was Aisha's performance.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching all the performances, and I agree with you. I concur with you when you say that there's a lot of improvement in Aisha. From the first contest till now, I see a lot of change in her. The way she presents, her confidence level, and everything is going for the better. And I thank your team sincerely for that, Miss Sana's effort. Thank you, Miss Sana. uh, and as the only thing that I would want to see improve in Aisha is the spontaneous storytelling part of it. So if given a speech, she'll prepare well and come for it. But if she is asked to present something on the spot, spontaneous presentation, she has to
Yeah,
work on that. I noticed that in the second part, she couldn't be up to the mark, as I would say. She'll get there. She just needs some practice to speak on her own on topics that are given to her spontaneously.
correct,
But
correct.
otherwise, I enjoyed being there.
Surely, Ms. Zeba. I would say
Thank
please encourage her to go for contests outside of our club as well in school. Please tell her teacher that all the fantastic things that she's doing here, that way she will also build credibility in her own school. That yes, she's
Right.
someone who can take on these roles in events and annual concerts and all those things that the schools are doing. So please
Sure.
connect with the teacher on the PTM and tell about Aisha.
I will do so. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Right. So, ma'am, that's about it. So we call it a day. Thank you, everyone, and wishing you all fantastic year ahead. See you in 2025.
Thank you
Happy
so
Thank
New
much,
you.
Year
ma'am.
to all
Take
of
care.
you.
Thank you. Happy New
Thank you,
Year. Bye.
ma'am.
Merry Christmas.
Bye,
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Aisha. Take care. Bye, Miss Sana.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.